What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time. Y'all love my story times. So if you're new here, my name is Rose. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into this video. So this story time is going to be about the time where my sneaky link left me in the hotel room for more than 5 hours and I had no idea where he went. So we're going to call this man John. So I met John online on a little dating app, and you know how that works. You know, y'all start talking, y'all start getting to know each other. But John lived in a whole nother state. So he was like a businessman. He was like a grown man though. He was like maybe like 6 or 7 years older than me. But I was like 22 at that time. So we met on the dating app. He had a business. He had kids. But he wasn't married or had any girlfriends or anything like that because he was so busy with his work. So, and he was just looking for, you know, a nice, fun time. So I was like, yeah, cool. At that time, I wasn't seeing anybody either. You know, I was just in my little dating phase in college. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, we can talk, you know, chop it up and see if this gets us anywhere. So I met him on the dating app. We arranged to meet each other out in public because, y'all, I'm not going to nobody's house on no first, second, or third date because I don't know your intentions yet. So we decided to meet at a movie theater, but this movie theater was located inside of a theme park because I do live in Orlando. So we went to Universal City Walk where there was an AMC there, and we went to go see a movie. So we were in the movie, you know, he started like asking if I wanted anything to eat, anything to drink, or, you know, stuff like that. And I was just like, maybe some popcorn, you know, some candy or whatever. So he bought the popcorn, he bought the candy. We went to the movies. You know, I was looking real cute because the first time I'm meeting this guy. And we went to the movies. You know, he did the whole holding hands thing, walking around, you know, we did like he kissed me or whatever like that at the end of the night. But it was nothing serious. Like, you know, it was just like a cute little date. So we start chopping it up. We start talking, and come to find out I was supposed to be going to Atlanta. Y'all, I'm always going to Atlanta. Come to find out I was going to Atlanta, and I told him, like, he was like, so what are you doing? Do you have anything that you got planned? Because I'm in the city for like a couple days for work, and then I'm supposed to be flying back home. And I'm like, okay, where do you live? And then he told me where he lived. And I told him that I was supposed to be going to Atlanta for a week to go hang out with my best friend. And he was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy because I'm going to Atlanta too for a business trip. So maybe we can link up there because, you know, the vibes were matching, you know, we're matching on the vibes. And I definitely know when I see somebody how the vibes are, we just click. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. I can see you when I'm in Atlanta. It's not a big problem because I already met you here. So I already know who you are. It's not like I'm going to meet a complete stranger for the first time like I did today. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to go. I'm going to see you in Atlanta. So we set up the date. You know, at that time, I flew to Atlanta to see my friends. I was already going. So I already had a ticket and stuff. And I'm texting him. I'm letting him know, like, hey, I'm on the way. This is what we're going to do. And he's like, yeah, I have a hotel paid or whatever, so you can stay at the hotel with me for a couple days while, you know, I'm here in the city so that we can get to know each other a little bit more. So I'm like, okay, cool, like no worries. I text my friend, I let her know that, hey, I'm coming to Atlanta, but I'm gonna spend a couple days. I'm gonna come a little bit earlier than I was supposed to come to see you because I'm doing XYZ. But the days that I spent with him was not cut into the time that I was gonna go see my best friend. I just went a couple days earlier. I believe I was supposed to go on a Thursday, and I ended up going on a Tuesday so that I can, you know, hang out with this guy and see what's up, what's popping. Like, is this like, you know, somebody that I can see myself dating, or is this just like, you know, one of them dudes that you just take and throw away type stuff? So on my way to Atlanta, I'm texting him, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to be there on time for check-in. What time do you get in? So I tell him what time I get in, and he's telling me like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to be there on time, so you're gonna have to check yourself into the hotel. And I'm like, okay, but I'm coming to a state that I don't really know about. Like, I don't know how to get around here besides what my friend tells me and where she lives. And at the time she was at work, so she can't like come pick me up from the airport because we did not arrange that. I arranged for my behind to see this dude, and he was supposed to pick me up, and we were supposed to go to the hotel and all of that. So that was already, you know, gone out the way. So I get to the airport and I'm telling him like, yo, I'm here, you know, what am I supposed to do? Because I don't know where I'm supposed to go. And he's like, oh, catch a Lyft, catch a Uber. Here's the address to the hotel. I called them. I put your name down as the person that's gonna check in. So I'm like, cool, all right, babe, I could do that. You know, I got into an Uber, I got my bags, you know, went to the Uber, put in the address that he gave me, and I get to the hotel. When I get to the hotel, I get to the front desk, and the lady's like, we don't have that name here. We don't have you going to this hotel. And I'm like, but this is the address. Here's the information that it's saying. And she's like, maybe you're speaking of the other hotel that's up the street. And I was like, what do you mean up the street? This is the one that he told me that he had, you know, arranged or whatever, but let me call him and find out. And the girl had a stank attitude. I don't know what it is with people in Atlanta, but they be having some nasty attitudes. Like, sis, like, you did not need to catch attitude over that. Like, do you like your job or not? But anyways, I text him and I call him, and he's like, okay, you know what? I'm actually in the city, you know, traffic is still hit, but just wait outside and I'll come pick you up from that hotel because the other one is right up the street. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. So I wait, he gets there, and I'm like, whew, thank God. Because, you know, when you start getting a little scared because you're somewhere you don't know, you don't have anybody around you that you are comfortable with, and yet again, you're supposed to be meeting somebody and they flake, or plans don't go according to, because he was driving and I flew, because he lived like a state over, which was like maybe, like he said, 4 or 5 hours drive. So he went there instead, and he just drove to Atlanta. So we get to the hotel, the actual hotel, you know, we're chilling, we're vibing, you know, whatever. He's like, what is it you want to do? Do you want to take a nap first or shower and get situated so that we can go and get something to eat? So I'm like, all right, cool. We can go get something to eat, but let me take a shower. And he's like, do you want me to get in the shower with you? Sir, no. What? No, you are not getting in this shower with me, dude. Like, what the fuck? You can take your own shower after, but I'm gonna take my shower. Like, what? Sir, no. Like, I don't even know you like that to be hopping in no shower with you. Like, I know y'all gonna say you went to a whole hotel with him, but it's like he was pushing it a little too much. Like, first it was the hotel, now you want to hop in the shower. It's like, dude, aren't you moving a little too fast for me? But, you know, I take my shower, I get ready. This time it was cold in Atlanta. It was super cold. I was not expecting it to be that cold. So I had these boots, I had jeans, I had this jacket, but the jacket was not thick enough to withstand the cold. So I was like super duper cold, y'all, like really, really cold. So I basically just layered on some clothes, went out, and we went to this, I think it's where they play baseball in Atlanta or something like that. But it's like a huge stadium, and next to the stadium there's like a bunch of restaurants that you can go to. It's like a little boardwalk, you can walk, and there's like a bunch of restaurants and stores. So we go out there, you know, we go out to eat, and we're starting to, like, you know, conversate. But as we're conversating in the restaurant, he's like constantly on his phone, y'all, like constantly on his phone, like texting, calling, having all these business calls and stuff like that. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if you invite somebody somewhere, why are you always on the phone? Like, you need to tell these people that, you know, they need to have some boundaries. Like, you're out having fun. Like, this is not the time for y'all to be talking for an hour and a half at a restaurant. So I order my food. He orders his food, and he's like, I'll be back. So he leaves for like 10 minutes to go on another business call. I think we went to like some barbecue steakhouse or something like that, but the food was not all that, y'all. It was not it. It was definitely not all. So we go to this, we eat the food, and we basically go out for like a little walk. We go get ice cream. You know, we're just kicking it up. The second day, we go to the hotel, and we go out to eat once again. And we go out, you know, just exploring the little city. We go explore the little city, and we go back to the hotel at nighttime. You know, we make it do what it do. You know, it's a little sneaky link. So, you know, I was a little wild back in those days. I was a little wild. So we got there, and we stayed at the hotel. And then from there, he had another business call. And while he was on this business call, it was some girl calling him about stuff that was going on in their business, about their company, and that they needed help. And I'm like, dude, if you're out here on a business trip, why is people at your other business keep calling you? Like, shouldn't you have somebody that's like your right hand man that knows everything, you know, not everything, but that can basically hold down the fort while you're gone, so that all these people don't have to keep calling you? And it's kind of annoying when you're on a date with somebody or you're talking to somebody and they're constantly getting business calls at all hours of the day. It was like dang near 12 or 1 a.m. and this dude was getting business calls. And I'm like, something's not adding up, you know. I don't know whether it was like some other female that was calling him or what the heck he had going on, but he was telling me that he had all these business calls, and they were talking about business though. But I'm just like, why are you calling somebody at 1 a.m. about business? Like, you just don't know the boundaries. So the next day is day for us to check out. It's been like 3 days. We just basically chilled the whole time, went out to eat, explored the city. Everything was good up until this day. So he basically got up in the morning and he had to go meet up his business partners somewhere. And he basically told me that he'll be back within an hour so that we can check out. So I'm in the hotel room, you know, getting ready. It's been an hour. I'm watching movies. It's been like hours rolling, and this man has never showed up back to the hotel. So I'm calling him, I'm texting him, he's not answering. I'm calling him, texting him, he's not answering. People from downstairs at the front desk is knocking on the door like, hey, it's checkout time. Did you guys request late checkout? Because I'm not seeing that on the paper. And I'm like, no, I don't know anything, you know, I'm here. But all of the information should be under the person that checked into the hotel. But I'm trying to call them so I can reach them and they're not answering. So just give me another 30 minutes. So the 30 minutes rolled, the 1 hour rolled, and I'm texting him. I'm like, yo, these people are coming to the door like saying that we need to check out or they're going to charge you extra. And I'm supposed to be waiting on you because you're the one that's supposed to be taking me to my friend's place. And I can't just check out this hotel and leave all your shit in here. Like, dude, like, it don't work like that. I can't just leave your stuff in there. I'll be a really bad effed up person to leave your stuff in here. You know what I mean? So I'm texting him, I'm calling him. He finally answers after 2 hours later. And he's like, yeah, I'm in this business meeting. I'm running a little late. You know, just tell him that I'll be there in like 30 minutes. This man did not come back in no 30 minutes. He came back like a whole 2 hours later. So I was in that hotel room for like 3 hours waiting on this man with the front desk knocking on the door, calling, talking about something. You guys need to check out. You guys need to check out. You guys don't have late checkout. We need to clean the room. We need to clean the room. I can't leave because all his stuff is in there and his bags are not really all that packed. So I can't really leave his stuff in the room. So I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I was sweating. I was frustrated. I was like, you know, all kinds of emotions. And I was just like, sir, as soon as he came back, I was like, dude, this is pretty effed up. Like what you did, like you shouldn't have left me in this hotel room for like 2-3 hours at a time and disappear. Like it just doesn't work like that. So he then just tells me that, oh, he's sorry, he had a business meeting and that he apologized for everything. I'm like, okay, you know what? Just take me back to my friend's house So I'm calling my friend, but she's at work, so she can't answer the phone. So I'm like, girl, I'm on my way. Like, do you have the keys for your house so I can get in? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave the keys with the security guard downstairs. So I'm like, all right, cool. This man is supposed to drop me off, and I'm gonna just have him take me to your house so that I can just sit there, take a nap, relax, because it's been a hell of a morning. So he drives me to my friend's job. We get the key. I go to my friend's house. I get there, you know, he leaves, and then I text him, and he's just not like responding like how he was supposed to be responding, if you know what I mean. So at that point, I got the message, and I was just like, you know what, like, I'm just not gonna mess with this dude no more. Like, you already ruined half my trip to Atlanta because you on all these dang on business calls in here. And mind you, when we was in the car all the time, he was talking about how we gonna make this relationship work, how it's long distance and all of this stuff. Mind you, we weren't in no relationship, but he was speaking of like in the future, like after he left Atlanta, like how we was gonna proceed. And I was just like, sir, no, I do not want to be in any kind of relationship with you. Like, if this is what it's gonna be like for you to be on all these business calls, and let alone leave me in the fucking hotel room for like 2 to 3 hours, is just not it. So yeah, this is the story time of about the time my side link, or my sneaky link, left me in a hotel room for like 3 to 4 hours without any notice. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.